Integration of markets is a natural phenomenon. The spread of globalization creates a great influence on market integration because the integration of markets is on the global stage. In this session, we will be elaborating on global market integration, which is the second lesson of Module 3.
In our discussion of this lesson, let us put in mind this learning competency. Narrate a short history of global market integration in the 20th century.
Based on the learning competency. Here are the questions that will serve as guides in the discussion of the topic. 1. What is global market integration? 2. How did global market integration emerge? 3. How does global market integration achieve? 4. What are the levels of market integration? Let us put these questions in mind and answer them as we discuss the lesson. Let us begin our discussion by defining global market integration. Market integration is a situation or process involving attempts to combine separate national economies into larger economic regions. At times, the integration may be intentional, with a government implementing certain strategies as a way to control the direction of the economy. At other times, the integration of the markets may be due to factors such as shifts in supply and demand that have a spillover effect on several markets. Having defined global market integration, let us look at the emergence of global market integration in the 20th century and the factors that contributed to its development. Global market integration did not start overnight. It is the result of the establishment of a global economy that involved the homogenization of trade and commerce. The integration of the global market started when big American corporations began to emerge after the Second World War with the rise of new conglomerates. International trade and the exchange of goods and services were already practiced in the 20th century. Countries were able to extend their reach beyond borders and patterns of trade and technology because of developments in shipping and navigation. Lastly, colonialism and imperialism rose as the new ways of putting order to the economic interrelationships among countries. In order to integrate the markets of regions or countries, there are two processes. These are the negative integration and positive integration. The negative integration can be done by reducing barriers of trade, which is the main tool for integrating markets. Tariffs are encouraged to be lifted. The control of the government on the market is reduced and limited. Foreign economies and local economies are given more power to negotiate with each other. On the other hand, positive integration happens when domestic policies and institutions are adjusted so that supranational arrangement can be created. Supranational arrangements are arrangements of multinational political unions where negotiated power is delegated to an authority by governments of member states. These arrangements will lead to the creation of a government of governments. Economic integration can be classified into 5 additive levels, each present in the global landscape. 1. Free trade. Tariffs between member countries are significantly reduced, some abolished altogether. Each member country keeps its tariffs concerning third countries. The general goal of free trade agreements is to develop economies of scale and comparative advantages, which promotes economic efficiency. 2. Custom union. Sets common external tariffs among member countries, implying that the same tariffs are applied to third countries. A common trade regime is achieved. Custom unions are particularly useful to level the competitive playing field and address the problem of re-exports using preferential tariffs in one country to enter another country. 3. Common market. Services and capital are free to move within member countries, expanding scale economies and comparative advantages. However, each national market has its regulations such as product standards. 4. Economic union single market. All tariffs are removed for trade between member countries, creating a uniform single market. There are also free movements of labor, enabling workers in a member country can move and work in another member country. Monetary and fiscal policies between member countries are harmonized, which implies a level of political integration. A further step concerns a monetary union where a common currency is used, such as with the European Union euro. 5. Political union represents the potentially most advanced form of integration with a common government and where the sovereignty of a member country is significantly reduced. Only found within nation-states, such as federations where there are a central government and regions, provinces, states, etc. having a level of autonomy. As the level of economic integration increases, so does the complexity. This involves a set of numerous regulations, enforcement, and arbitration mechanisms. The complexity comes at a cost that may undermine the competitiveness of the areas under economic integration since it allows for less flexibility for national policies. The devolution of economic integration could occur if the complexity and restrictions it creates, including the loss of sovereignty, are no longer judged to be acceptable by its members.